Hey guys, welcome back. Today, as a British guy, I'm gonna try and work out what some of your Southern American phrases mean. Just off the top of my head, I'm gonna guess what they are. So without any further ado, let's get right into it.
And so my team has thrown together a list of Southern slang words that they found on one of those listicle websites, meaning that these words could be of questionable accuracy. And I, a person who spent very little time in the Southern United States, I'm going to do my best to guess their meaning.
Buggy. Buggy, buggy, buggy. Okay. Buggy in the UK is something that you push children around in, like a pram, a pushchair. A buggy, that's literally what that means. What does it mean to you guys?
This was in fact a shopping cart, or shopping trolley as we say in England.
A shopping? What?
Babies in them.
Fixing, okay. So a builder can be fixing something, or it can be fixing a top, fixing your hair for a night out, fixing your makeup if you're a woman or whatever. Fixing, that's what that means to me.
Okay, fixing or fixing without a G, it doesn't mean to mend something.
Oh.
Right? It means I'm getting ready to do something, as in I am fixing to go and, I don't know why I'm doing this, start.
Oh, this is him guessing as well.
I'm in the middle of a country song, I suppose.
What?
And that's what it means. I heard that one, I think, in films before I moved to the US, so I'm quite aware.
Okay, no, tell us the real meaning.
I bet that's true of a lot of the ones here. Let's just confirm that I'm correct. I am indeed correct.
Oh. Drovers. Okay, now that's a weird one. Drovers, could it mean your boxer shorts or your pants? Your drovers, putting your drovers on before putting your trousers on? Drovers, for some reason, I think it's a clothing item. It could be your trainers. We call sometimes sportswear goodies. So drovers could be putting your drovers on to go and play some football or go play some sport.
The real truth of the matter is, according to this, is that drovers is usually used in a phrase like, if I had my druthers, as in, if I had it my way. So an example would be...
What? If you... Right, that's... Okay, so it's nothing to do with clothes, it's like a... Okay, so it's if you had it your way. What? Wait, what's he saying? If I had it my way, what?
If I had my druthers, I would cheat and look these answers up before doing the video.
So it's if he had it his way. If he had the thought of doing it or something. I still don't quite understand that fully, but okay. What's the next one here? A hoe cake. Right. To hoe something is to hoe a field, okay, with like the whatever, prepare the field. So a cake made out of hoe? I don't know, like what do you make in a field? Anything, but maybe wheat? Is it a wheat cake? A wheat cake?
Hoe cakes. Hoe cakes look like pancakes, but taste like dense cornbread. You're supposed to serve it with greens and corn, apparently. Right,
that is pretty strange, like, but okay. I was right with the food in that one, not like the drovers one being completely off. Catawampus. What the frig are you guys talking like in the States here? Catawampus. Right, that just sounds like something extremely random. So I had such a catawampus day. It was just such a random day, or that was so catawampus whenever she did that. Maybe something that's just like random, weird, because it sounds and it looks like that sort of random, weird word.
Ah, yes, catawampus. I've heard this before. In fact, I think when I lived in Indiana, I heard people saying cattywampus. So it could be regional, or it could just be, choose your favorite variant.
Right.
But this
it
basically means that something, I think, is diagonal from something, or it's askew in some capacity.
Oh.
Right, so let's see. It describes something that's askew, awry, or diagonal, as in we tried setting it up straight, but it ended up catawampus.
That makes sense. I get it. Something that isn't quite right. Catawampus, catastrophic. Cata whatever. Wampus, then wampus to be wumpy, wobbly, off. Okay. Piddling. Okay, we actually do use that in the UK, and piddling is to basically pee or urinate. Or guys, you could be piddling around, pissing around, piddling around meaning like you're procrastinating, and you're not doing what you should be doing. You're piddling around.
Piddling, that it sounds like a euphemism to me. To me, piddling sounds like something you'd tell your kid to say when they want to go for a number one.
Urinate, yeah.
On the street when I was caught by the superintendent.
Okay.
I don't know why I admitted that. But I've also heard piddling as in piddling around.
Yeah,
When you're not really doing much,
yeah.
You're just sort of piddling around because I'm
being
not really
lazy.
busy. I am busy because I'm a YouTube sensation. But the off chance that I'm not busy, which hasn't been the case in 20 years, then
he's saying the same things.
I've been piddling around. Indeed, it means neither of those things in the South.
What?
It means apparently something small or trivial. An example being that you might get something more than a piddling raise from your company this year.
Hold on. Tiddly widdly means kind of small in the UK, so piddling. I can see it now, but it's not the first two things that came to my mind, obviously.
I'm going to use that more often.
Commode. It sounds like a bath gown, a dressing gown. I'm just going to go to the bathroom to put on my commode after a shower. I feel like I've heard that in movies before where they've said stuff like that. Like I'm gonna go to the commode. Wait, let's see.
I know this one. Do you know why I know this one? Because I remember Stone Cold Steve Austin once in wrestling.
So random.
And I didn't then know what it
used
meant,
it.
so I looked it up, and it just takes us back to the bathroom.
To
the toilets where we were earlier, metaphorically, and it basically means toilets. Of course, I just have to check that Stone Cold Steve Austin isn't a liar, and indeed he's not a liar. It is a bog, a toilet.
Right, it means the actual toilet then. I'm off to the commode to put my bath gown on. I must have heard that phrase somewhere. That's why I've got it mixed up with bath gown. Okay, cool, okay. Doohickey. That sounds very southern, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get that doohickey. Doohickey now, doohickey. Doohickey sounds like an item that you don't know the name of, isn't it? Like that thing, I need to get the doohickey. What's it called again? The doohickey? Like you give up trying to remember what the item's called, so you just call, anytime that happens to you, you call it a doohickey. I'm pretty sure I know that one.
Doohickey, I am genuinely familiar with this word. There are so many American English coinages that employ consecutive instances of the letter O.
What?
And this is another example. The problem is I can't remember what it means. Doohickey. It doesn't mean go forth and bite somebody's neck, although I can see why you might think
what?
that. It just means, isn't it some sort of object?
Yeah. He's actually, hold on guys, hold on. He is actually doing what it is. He's acting like what that is. He can't remember. That's funny. Like he can't remember what doohickey means. So he's actually trying to describe what it is, and it's the perfect time he could just use the word. Yeah, it's one of those doohickey sort of words.
What is the other word I'm thinking of that's similar to that? Like a thingamajig.
Thingamajig, yeah,
really
yeah.
Irritating. I can't remember what it is. We'll have to look it up. So let's have a look. So calling something a doohickey means that you forget what the item is actually called. So the word is synonymous with phrases like thingamajig and what's it.
Hush up. Yeah, that sounds really self-explanatory. Shut up, hush up, be quiet, stop speaking. Like that whole, yeah, just that sounds really easy, that one. I think we actually use that a lot in the UK too.
Because it's a combination, it seems, of shut up and hush, which means be quiet. Indeed, it is that, and this site seems to claim that it's a politer form of shut up. I'm not sure that's true. They both sound a little bit mean.
Plumb. Okay guys, plumb. We use that in the building trade whenever trying to make things level. So to get it plumb, that is what we would call that, which means leveled out, correct, to get it plumb, to get it flush. It's about being, you know, a right level in trying to get floor levels correct and stuff. Also a plum, something that you eat. And then also there's a third meaning to it in the UK too, where if someone's being silly, stupid, an idiot, you'll call them, oh my goodness, you're being such a plum right now. So, what does it mean to you guys?
Plum, but with a B on the end, so it's not the fruit, presumably, unless that is the southern way of spelling it.
I thought you did spell it with B.
Other than that, I mean, you can get like a plum new job, right?
What?
But I think that's in most of the English-speaking world, so I don't think it would be that.
Plum?
I mean,
New
I suppose
job?
it depends if this is a noun or a verb or an adjective. I have no context for these things. Plum in this sense just means, oh gosh darn it, oh plum, oh crumbs.
Don't know his opinion there.
Oh plum, I can't get into the commode right now because there are too many people in there. I'm getting really carried away by this toilet metaphor. Let's have a look what it really means. South of the Mason-Dixon line, plum means completely, totally. So
Right, completely, totally, that's level, totally level, maybe I'm kind of right, or maybe our definitions of the word are kind of similar. Yeah, okay.
Is, you know, wildly off the mark with that one. An example they give, I'm plumb tired after this long day.
Hoppin' John. It sounds like maybe something you would call someone who doesn't stay anywhere that long. So someone who's always moving around and doesn't really have a place to lay their hat and call their home, sort of thing. Or like a guy that sleeps around with lots of different women, like a hoppin' John. He hops from one woman to the next, or from one place to the next. I might be right, or I might be completely wrong. Let's find out.
If you'd have asked me to guess the phrase Hoppin' John just 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had a clue. But last year in a video, I gave a verdict on Hoppin' John. Hoppin' John is a food item that some southerners will eat at
It's
New
a
Year
food.
for good luck, and it contains black-eyed peas and rice, and it was really, really
People
nice.
killing,
actually. I
people
genuinely
dying,
will eat
children
that again.
hurting,
But it's
you
not
know,
something
crying.
that's well known outside of the South, or at least certainly not up here.
That's
in the Midwest,
crazy.
and I
Way
never
off.
heard of it when I lived in Britain.
Washataria, obviously something to do with washing something, okay? We have, cafeteria, what else, ateria? I don't really know, but somewhere where you do washing. Now, whether that is to wash dishes, or to wash clothes, or maybe even wash people, you know, a big shower room or something like that. Let's see.
Washateria sounds like cafeteria.
Aye.
Just with the word wash at the start instead of
Great
cafe.
minds think alike.
So it's a place where you go and wash your food.
You-
What makes
No.
more sense, actually, now that I've thought about it, is it could be a name for what I would call a laundrette. in the UK, and what we call a laundromat
Clothes,
here
maybe,
in
maybe.
Chicago. I'm glad I amended that, by the way, because a cafeteria where you wash your food sounds like a really odd concept. A washateria is indeed a chain of laundromats in Texas specifically, and then took off as a synonym for laundromat. It's
Oh, okay.
hissy.
Okay, hissy. We have a saying in the UK to throw a hissy fit. So if you are really annoyed at something, or someone is really annoyed at something, and they're basically throwing a tantrum or something like that, it can be like throwing a hissy fit, okay? So hissy. Other than that, maybe it's just the sound that a snake makes. But I mean, like, what do you guys think?
That is a word that I've used to describe my wife's cousin Chad's vocal style, but also you use that term in the sense of hissy fit, to
Yes.
throw a wobbler, to have a conniption or a conniption fit. So
Okay.
I'd imagine that if hissy is being used on its own, it's a shortening perhaps of hissy fit. That's sort of correct, although the example they give suggests that the word is used in a sentence that's structured slightly differently. He's getting hissy because we didn't stop for food.
Ah, no, it means the same thing. He's getting hissy. It's like, you know, if a snake's annoyed at something, it'll hiss at it. Yeah, I get it, I get it. Mudding? Mudding? What the heck could mudding mean? I'm not too sure. To muddle your words. Maybe it's to mess something up, to not do it right, to get something dirty. So like to mess up your words and dirty your sentence up. Maybe? Something like that. What does it mean?
I want to the last one. This one is mudding, and mudding could mean one of two things. It could be an alternative to the word muddling. So muddling through, just like I'm muddling through these answers. It could be
Yes.
it could be a way of saying we are making muddy butters.
And it's just ended there. Okay, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what that actually means. Maybe one of those things that I said was right, but let me know in the comments, obviously, if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, okay. That was interesting. Your words are kind of strange, but coming from someone in the UK, you know, our words are also very, very strange too. And yeah, so maybe we do have more in common than you'd think. But anyway, that was fun. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.